Oh, hello. Hello, wonderful people. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Give me just a second, folks. Just trying to make sure that everything is set up properly. Hopefully, you could hear me well. We are now streaming live simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube. I'm waiting on someone to join in. Few seconds. You able to join in? You can join in by clicking on. Today we have on an important topic to talk about, and it is all about gang stalking and ways to avoid gang stalking. Things that, some of us are aware of, but most of us may not be. And it is very touchy topic as well. It is a very important topic to talk about. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to invite someone else. Please bear with us first. Waiting on the other person to join in. Huh?
Hello.
Yeah, I was able to get it working. Obviously, I had to ask the Most High for assistance,
Yes, definitely.
but it went through. Um, yeah. So a lot of people have been wondering what was up with me for the past few years and stuff, and it's crazy how you know things happen and work out and stuff like that. And even today, I'm just grateful to be here to express and share some of my experience with other people.
Yes.
informative, and also, just to awareness purposes, really.
Right,
Uh,
right.
and today I wanted to just, we could, if we could have a quick discussion. It doesn't have to be quick. We just talk until we finish about, gang stalking and what gang stalking is.
Yes.
You know, um, you want? Would you like? Is there anything you would like to say? Talk about?
Oh, well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me in the studio today. Shout out, people. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We cool from long time.
Yes,
So it's always a pleasure having you.
it's
Even just as a even friend, as a sister. We always have that good connection. Sometimes we call. I mean, back a couple years ago when we had
yes,
a connection, we used to just talk. We talk on a lot of things we learn from each other. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about our conversation.
yes,
Is that we always have something to talk about, and we learning in the process, and we just, it's entertainment and it's good.
exactly. So I would like to
So
say, I wanted to say that yes, I've heard a lot about gang stalking. I hear a lot of people talking about it. A lot of people don't think that it goes on. They don't think that it's real and stuff like that. But yeah, this is something that a lot of different people may be going through this, and they go through this, and it causes a lot of trouble. I had someone recently. It was a Facebook friend that was he was a white dude, and he um he felt he said he had been gang stalked all his life, to the point where he said that he could be in the middle of playing his game, his whatever, PS4. I don't know, child, I don't play them games, but anyways, he could be in the middle of playing his game, and then the game would switch up on him. Somebody would be able to manipulate, go inside him, and manipulate the game. He just felt like his whole life was really in bondage, that he didn't have a life, and he didn't know why they were bothering him, why he was being tormented the way he was, and he felt like nobody could help him. But it was just such it he just had such a negative connotation about himself. Everything was very negative. Like, he reach out for help, but he'd be like, nobody can help me. I don't think you can help me. Nobody ever can help me, and just stuff like that. But had someone, that had experienced that before. So yeah, I'm glad to talk about this for others that may be going through this situation also.
yeah, yeah, I think it's very important that we bring awareness to this topic. Hold on, let me plug my computer in.
Okay.
Mhm. Screen's going. Good morning. Okay, yeah, and it's just to bring awareness, and also, in the hopes that it will help others that might be going through this same situation, similar situation, and also people that have not, to how to avoid it, for future, you know, references, and just information on a whole.
Right.
First of all, I'd like to say that when, for people who don't know about gang stalking, a lot of people, they will assume that it's because you're a part of a gang or something like that. Why, because gang stalking, you're in a gang and then they start stalking you or something like that.
Right.
No, not no. Gang stalking is really just a group of people that, and it could be gangs too, but I'm just saying groups of people that decided that you have something of value, you have something that they want, and it could be money, could be valuables, could be anything. And so they group up together and come together, and they'll use multiple different strategies and tactics, to achieve that goal,
Right.
whatever the goal is, you know. And
Hmm.
that, so I just wanted to make that clear, that is. Not that you are a part of or affiliated with any form of gangs or whatever. It's
Right.
just that people just think that they should target you because they feel or they know. Sometimes they just feel and assume that you have money or you have valuables or something that they could take. And sometimes they do multiple different things to create um, a scenario to which they could have some form of gain, monetary gain, or
Right.
whatever gain that they're going after.
Right.
So it's crazy how like look, I'm gonna show you something, right?
Okay.
Call this the black book because
Yeah.
it's a black book. Okay, now these are all tactics. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah.
I make notes, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna read them out, but I just want to show you how many that I've been making note that I've personally been through in the
Wow.
past couple of years. It's over 30 different tactics there. And what I'm doing now is like, okay, so they come up with this new strategy. Okay, let me make note of that. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be informative for people, to help them during situations like this. And what I would say is it's crazy, it's intense, and this is why a lot of people been wondering why did I go ghost. I've been going through a lot the past couple of years. The last, I would say, 3 years
Yeah.
in specifically,
Right.
and or 2 years. Yeah, yeah. It started in 2020. After we did that live together and all that stuff when I was in Florida, you
Yeah.
remember, and we spoke and all that stuff. Shortly after that, a lot of stuff started happening, and I've been making notes of it, and it's very crazy how they do things like this. So, all right, I'm gonna get started. Is there anything else you would like to share or whatever before I get into the points?
Oh no,
We
I'm
can go
I'm
talk.
here I'm here to also learn also about this. So you can actually write an ebook on this shit.
I could write a book, right? Make some money.
Definitely can write an ebook on this to help people out. So I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
I'm here to hear what you have to say concerning it. So I'm just gonna be quiet, let you have the floor right now, and I'm gonna crochet.
But what I'll do here's an idea. What I'll do, because I have over 30 points. When I like we're gonna talk about each point, right?
Okay.
And once I choose a topic, then we could both, if you want to chime in on anything that you might know about it or whatever, then we could both have a conversation about it,
Okay.
and then we just keep moving on like that.
All right. Okay.
So first thing that I have here on my list is, and it's a very touchy topic, right? It's very
Right.
touchy. But the first thing I have here is life insurance.
What?
Yes, life insurance. Now, it's the first thing came to mind when I was writing this down, but it's something that we need to talk, right?
Okay.
Now, when it comes, a lot of people might not know this, but when it comes to life insurance, right? A lot of gang stalking started out with something similar, whether it is inheritance in a will, someone died and left someone inheritance, and maybe the person was too young at the time,
Uh huh.
or maybe they were naive, or they didn't know about what the will stated, or for example, and so it starts out like that. So now there is something of great value, right?
Yeah.
So what they'll do is, like, in the sense of life insurance, what they'll do is that usually someone close to you within your family, or close friends that have information enough so they could go and take out a life insurance policy in your name. Yeah. So you might be thinking, okay, so why would they take out life insurance without your knowledge? By the way, they're not going to tell you that they have a life insurance policy
Oh
in
wow.
your name.
Yeah.
So if you put two and two together, right, what
Yeah.
would be the motivation of someone wanting to hurt you or have you gone is because if that happens successfully, now they have a big payout to collect.
What?
And that's a big motivation for gang stalking because now they get other people involved because say the payout is, for example, 100,000 or $1 million, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They start speaking to other family members or friends and stuff like that and say, hey, if we group up together and get this person taken out of here, right, then we could split the money. I'll get X amount. These gang stalkers, they'll sit down and have big discussions and conversations about who split the money, how this money gets split, who get what, this, that, and the third. And that's a big motivation for gang stalking, and then they'll go around to other people and put a plan together as to how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, and what they're going to do. You know what I mean? And they have different tactics and ways of accomplishing this goal. So
Right.
for people out there, you got to be careful. Even people within your family, right? If they're greedy enough, because I call it greed, to take someone's life, you know, unnecessarily because they want like a life insurance policy and all that stuff for money or whatever, and especially a family member. Like, come on, dude, how low can you get? You know what I mean? Like, should
Right.
be ashamed of yourselves. But you look shocked. You
I'm
see
like,
how shocked
girl,
you
yeah, I am shocked because, like, I didn't think that family would allow a stranger to call them up on the phone and or call them or contact them to try to get rid of another family member. Like it seemed like to me that the family member would, and give you notice of something that someone is trying to do something like this to you. It's like this shit is sad. That's why I'm looking like that because I can't believe that people would go that low.
sometimes it's not even the family member's idea. Like you said, sometimes it's someone else outside that has done this before or is familiar with it, and
Right,
they'll call people that they think that would go along with it, and then get that family member involved. And who's best to set up a situation to get you out of here without it looking suspicious to the public or to the law enforcement and all that. It's
right.
people that are close to you, and this is why we need to be aware and about certain things. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's nothing new, and you know, it's just it is what it is. And
Okay,
so and then they'll get a whole community involved if they have to accomplish this. So you'll find out that your neighbor is involved, your landlord is involved, your own brother or sister, or for that's those are just examples.
right, right,
you
right. I
know
got you. Yeah.
yeah, you'll find out that maybe your wife or your husband is involved.
Damn.
Yeah. and And no, I'm laughing, but it's not even. It's just, eh, man. I'm telling you. In some cases, you'll find out your own kids. You know what I mean? Your
Right,
own kids, or your own parents, or your own, and and because the big motivation is the money. They're looking at the money. They're not looking at consequences behind that. If they get
right,
caught, as
right,
far as they are concerned, is foolproof. They will never get caught. This, that, and they have, and Unfortunately, that's how they think, and that's for the monetary gain,
Wow.
you know. So that's one thing I put
Life
there, life
insurance.
insurance.
Okay. Life insurance.
Yeah,
See, stock. Oh, these people are serious.
yeah, yeah. So that's the biggest, and also with life insurance, I have poison or disease.
Who?
Reason why I have poison or disease. Reason why I have poison or disease
Uh huh.
under that is because that's one of their tactics, or to accomplish their goal.
Right.
They'll try to poison you.
Okay.
They get very creative. It could be natural poison or something that it won't be recognizable in an autopsy that easily,
Right.
and or they'll try to infect you with some kind of a disease that will shorten your lifespan, and then you end up wondering, oh, why that family member goes to the gym, that person is fit, is healthy, and then all of a sudden they just got sick and died, you
Right.
know and then and then it doesn't look, it looks
Try to
suspicious, but
send you
then
a
nobody.
sickness. They try to send you a sickness or a poison you.
Yeah, your food or your drink and all that stuff, and they do it creatively too.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll pay a family member or a friend, a close friend.
Yes.
Hey, come out, have a drink with me, this, that, and the third, and then
Right.
they slip something in your drink. Sometimes it's the family member. They know that they'll cook a meal and bring it to you. You wonder why this person is so nice all of a sudden, or not even like that, but they probably used to always doing that for you. And then one day, because of the temptation, they just decide to slip something in your food or
Right.
something like that. They could use coworkers too. If they'll go to your
You
job,
are-
if they yeah, and they'll get your coworkers involved or your boss involved and all that stuff to set you up in terms of poisoning you or getting you to get some form of disease or something like that you
Right.
know so that's one way. That's a couple ways of accomplishing their their goals in terms of gang stalking and all that stuff. You
Right.
know. So,
See
like I
something.
said, then I have mental health here
Mental.
also. Yeah.
Okay. How that happened?
All right. One of their tactics is to convince your friends or family members or people close to you, your coworkers at the job, all that stuff, that you have a mental problem, right? And the
Right.
reason for doing that is so that they could. It's easy to isolate you from the group, from your friends and your family.
So
When they
that they won't
isolate
believe
you,
you. So they won't believe you that they think it's something wrong with you.
yeah. So if you say to them that, hey, I felt like somebody's been following me around, they already have the notion in their head that, oh yeah, this person told me that this guy is mentally ill. So don't even listen to what they're saying. So they use that, and they'll even use that in terms of inheritances and life insurance. They'll even use that in court and stuff like that to get certain kind of court orders to have the public know, or the justice system, to trick them into believing that, yeah, this person is, now they have some legal documentation saying that, oh, this person has a mental problem or
Right.
whatever, just in case something happen, it won't look suspicious,
Right.
no.
Right. Right.
So yeah, and they'll do that because if if the person try to say something and speak out about what they're going through, right, the justice system would not believe them, because they already have on record that this person has mental issues, whether
Right.
it is paranoia, they have psychosis, and they'll come up with a whole bunch of different mental problems, and to say that, oh, don't believe nothing this person says. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it, the person that they have all this stuff out on might be more sane than them, because they must be crazy to be doing all this stuff to this person and others. And they trick people around you, and they trick the justice system, and they trick your family and your coworkers and your friends, and they that's a part of the isolation tactics, to
Right.
say you're mentally ill. That's a big thing, so people won't take your side on whatever you have to say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have
Wow.
anything to say about that?
Um, you know, you hear a lot of this, like when it comes to even celebrities. They have been through different situations where they tried to come out and, like, I guess for Martin, excuse me, Martin Lawrence. I remember a time when he was running through traffic and he was trying to get away, and he was saying, "They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me." And I remember that people. Let me see, let's see, Chappelle. The Chappelle, the comedian. He talks about it, about the different things that he went through that made him even run to Africa. He said that people trying to make you out. I don't know the extent of it. Allegedly, I'll say that. But I don't know the extent of it. But um, that is the easiest way. That if somebody was to do this, is to make you out to be like there's something mentally wrong with you, to isolate you, to have people looking at you crazy, so that you don't have anyone that you can go to and share these things with. And nowadays, crazy is something very easy to put on a lot of people. And that's, people, first thing, when someone don't understand something, or they've never seen something in this world. It's a lot of things and phenomenons that people never seen in this world. But when people begin to start sharing what they see, and what that maybe somebody never seen, the first thing that people want to call them is crazy. So crazy is very easy to be dismissed. They say aliens, oh, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? But people don't understand everything that goes on. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I got up early. That goes on behind the scenes. That you don't know everything, so it's not. So you don't really need to push everything off on crazy, just because you not experiencing it, or you never heard of it before. Because that is a very easy way for somebody to isolate you and to continue to torment you. So I agree.
Yeah. And unfortunately, even celebrities aren't exempt from gangstalking. I think they go through it a lot too.
Yeah.
And people, you know they make it seem like whatever they're saying is they just have mental issues. But like they do it to famous people, they do it to regular people. It don't matter, as long as they could accomplish their goals, on what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
So nobody is really exempt.
Right.
And a lot of these people that does this stuff, they sit behind the scenes and they laugh, they he and kaka and all that stuff of destroying someone's life, and it's funny to them. It's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making someone look crazy when they know they're not crazy. And it's a form of their tactics that they use, so they could isolate the person further from family and friends,
I wonder.
and
I
work.
wonder how many other people have experienced this. Is the thing open where people can see and comment?
Right. Let
Can
me
they
see.
comment?
Yeah, people can comment. People
Okay.
can comment if they want. It's open. It's there, and yeah, if they would like to comment and stuff,
Okay.
you know, I don't know if you have anybody on your.
I don't think nobody. It's not showing up on my live, on my Facebook page.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. It. it tells me that nobody's watching, but then I'll get to that too because that's important. It gets deep. It gets deep.
Okay.
So illegal surveillance, right?
Uh huh.
That's another tactic that they use. They will have people who knows, like your landlord, they'll pay them to enter your home while you're not there, right? Because the landlord would usually have a master key or your building manager or whatever, and they'll go in while you're at work or out somewhere, right? And they'll install illegal cameras to watch you, video recording devices and audio recording devices. All right. Yes, they will. They will go to that length so they can always have an idea of what you're doing. You see, this is what they do to study people when they gang stalking them to know when they're not home, to know, what they're doing, what they're up to, or to try to prove a point to the public that maybe you're crazy. They'll even record you, and then they'll you Photoshop. Not yeah, they'll they'll do video editing to and then present that video to make it look like you did something you never even done. And then the way they present it further solidify their thing. Oh yeah, this person is crazy. You know what I mean? Or this person is doing this, or this person is doing that. And yeah, so they always want to keep watch. When they gang stalking you, they can't help themselves. They're addicted to watching you because they want to make sure that everything that you do, right? They have they have an eye on it, and they can plan whatever they need to plan. You know what I mean? Whether it's to harm you, whether it's to get you taken out of here, or whether it's to set you up for
Right.
something.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
So they do illegal, and they go as far as tapping your phones. They will tap your phone. They will hack into your computer, and they will track you. If you they'll say, for example, they hack into your phone, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you're seeing on your phone, they can see it too, right? So, for example, if you order a lift to go to Walmart, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They could see where you order the lift. They could see that your destination is Walmart, and they'll go to Walmart and they'll strategically follow you around, and yeah, and watch you and stuff like that, and make sure they always have an eye on you and what you're doing and all that stuff. These are things that I'm telling you. I'm talking from experience also, and
Right.
things I've picked up from other people along the way. So not everything happened to me, but
Right.
there's a lot that also happened to me, and this is why I'm speaking out on it because I keep letting these people know, and they thought I was joking. I keep telling them, look, stop gang stalking, leave me alone. I'm not playing no games, no more with nobody. They wouldn't listen. They keep doing what they're doing. So now, every time they do something, I'm gonna put up more to the public. Okay, since they don't stop, this is what I'm gonna do. you
Right.
know, and
So, do
this
you
is
want to share some of the things that has happened to you? Do you feel like sharing that, or is that too private?
well, in this list that I'm talking about, there's a lot in this list actually happened to me
Wow.
within the past few. That's why I wasn't. That's why I'm locked out of my old Facebook account, Sonny Evans,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I'm locked out of my old YouTube channel because they hacked my phone and they went into my account. They read your emails. They try to get your banking information and your passwords and stuff like that. And they could get money out of your account. They do all that stuff. And when they hacked my stuff, I was trying to change the password until I forgot what the hell password that I added. And so
Right.
I'm locked out of my old Facebook. So if anybody get a message or anything from my old Facebook account, right? That's not me because I'm locked out of. I've been
Right.
locked out. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Wow.
So that's why I'm on this new Facebook, and I decided I use Asani Evans. Asani is my alias name. I decided to just use my full name because my identity was also stolen, and that's part in the list that I wanted to speak about too. Stolen identity.
Shit.
Yes, that happened in Florida. Broke into my apartment. They took my I had a suitcase with clothes, shoes, my passport, birth certificate, my driver's license, my wallet with social security, all that stuff was gone. I don't think they knew that all that was in there or with it. But when they broke in to steal whatever, they probably just took the whole thing with them. And then because as a result of that, now they have my information. I guess they got creative on the side that hey,
They broke
let
in
me
your
use
apartment?
in Florida. Yeah, this happened shortly after our video, our live video. This was like a few, like a month later.
Yeah.
Me and you did a live. Yeah, and I couldn't even put that live back up. Like I explained to you, I was trying to add the live, but I'm locked out of that old account,
Wow.
Godzara's YouTube. Yeah, so I couldn't even get it up there.
My my neighbor, they're gonna start. It's gonna get loud. I don't know. Yeah, you hear it's gonna get loud.
It's
Um,
all right.
you okay? Can we do about three more, and then we're gonna do this in continuing.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Let's do three more, and then we'll do this continuing because I don't want them to hear all this noise in the background.
All right, cool. So we actually did a few more because I spoke about phone tapping.
Okay, I'm
It's all
sorry.
right. We got to
All right,
phone tapping. We spoke about family and friends involvement. You
right.
know,
Phone tag.
isolation. Yeah,
I
isolation tactics. They try to isolate you so they could always be able to monitor you and gang stalk you, and they always know where you're going and all that stuff.
right,
That's in the workplace situation. A lot of them get law enforcement involved also. You know what I mean? So there are, I think majority of law enforcement officers are good upright standing officers of the
right,
law.
right,
But there are a few that can be influenced to do things that they shouldn't be doing, right?
right,
And so
right,
they'll get certain law enforcement involved to also watch you and stuff like that too. You know what I mean?
right.
And be a part of the whole thing. So, but I think majority of the law enforcement officers and stuff like that are really naturally just good people and do their work. So
Yeah,
this is not in all cases, right? This is in some
right.
cases depending on what it is. Um, yeah, computer phone, stolen identity and fraud. Yeah, I think my identity has been stolen also when they took my documents and stuff, and I think that's how they're able to use to get certain things you know in play. But anyway, will continue. Let
We'll
me know when
continue on
things.
because I apologize. They're cutting the grass out here, and I cannot really hear at this point in time. But I like that you did put out a lot of information just in this little period of time for someone else that may be feeling like alone, isolated, and like not this is not happening. So I'm glad that you're talking about it, and I do remember that I hadn't heard from you in a while. So now I understand why I hadn't heard from you in a while. But we're gonna continue this, and also we'll talk about this more. So just wherever you left off at, we're gonna continue from there. Okay? I don't know if you can hear me.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. But hit me up later. Then I'll have this set up again, and then we can continue. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Just let me know when all that
Okay.
is out the way.
All
All right.
right. Okay.
All right.
Much
Peace.
love. Much
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 love.
love.
All right.
I
Take
apologize
take
about that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It happens. It happens. All
Okay.
right.
All
So
right.
we'll talk. We'll catch up. Let me know. Text me later, okay? Let me know when you're ready.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Cool.
Bye bye.